Started.
Okay. So hi everyone and welcome to Mysore MuleSoft Meetup group. So thank you all for taking out your time and joining today's session. So the topic for today's presentation will be exploring Gemini AI and its integration with MuleSoft. Okay. So for your information, this session will be recorded for your future reference, and you can find the content through our YouTube channel or through our Mysore Meetup group page. Okay. So before getting started with the session, let me introduce you all to the organizer of Mysore Meetup Group. So we have Shubham Charasia, Giridhar Mega, and myself, Priya Shah. Okay. So feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, if you have any feedback, or if you want to, be a speaker or want to provide any suggestions related to topic. Okay. Feel free to reach out to us. Like we are there for you. Okay. So for today's session, like you have Shubham and myself as a speaker. So I will start with my introduction first. So my name is Priya Shah and I'm from Kolkata, and I am 2024 MuleSoft Ambassador. Okay, and I'm currently working with LTI Mindtree as a senior software specialist. Okay, and prior to that, I have worked with TCS and Cognizant as well, and I have like over 5 years of 5 years of experience into integration domain, majorly working into IBM Stack and MuleSoft. Okay, and I'm a MuleSoft certified and IBM certified. Okay, now I'll introduce Shubham Chaurasia as well. Like he is one of the MuleSoft ambassador, currently working with Billionium India as a professional integration developer. Okay, and he holds like over 4+ years of experience into integration, and yeah, like he's all like almost all MCD or MuleSoft certified. Along with that, his expertise is also there in Salesforce area as well as cloud area like AWS, and then GCP, etc. Okay, and he is like also AWS community builder. Okay, so that's pretty much about the speaker. So let's get first like started with the agenda. Okay, so today we will be knowing what is AI. Okay, and then we will see what is Gemini AI. Okay, and its feature, and then we will see like how we can call Gemini API. And the exciting part is that like we are also going to build a connector for Gemini API, and we will be integrating it with our MuleSoft Flow. Okay, so that will come as a part of demo. Okay, and then we are going to wrap up the session with networking time. Okay, so now let's get started with today's session. Okay, so like before getting started with directly Gemini AI, like I want you to first get familiarized with all the AI terminologies. So I'm aware that like we all are like hearing this AI terms and all these revelations, right? But we are still not clear with lots of basic terminology which we should know. Okay, so even if you are like not involved in the world of data science, like you have probably heard terms like AI, then neural network, machine and deep learning, right? So these are the keywords which are basically like thrown around in recent times. So let's first understand what is AI, okay, or artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is a technology that enables computer and machine to simulate human intelligence and problem solving capabilities. So you can understand AI like it can perform all our task, okay, that otherwise would require human interventions or human intelligence. Okay, so like there are a lot of examples available for AI around us, and it can be like as simple as your computer program which can play chess or ludo with you, or it can be very complex AI, like your automatic vehicles, your GPS which you use, or digital assistants, or any generative tool like ChatGPT or OpenAI. Okay, so now like in field of AI you also hear this term machine and like deep learning being used very interchangeably. Okay, so like these two basically are, yeah, like the algorithm only which uses neural network behind the scene. Okay, so what is this neural network? So neural network is basically a machine learning program or a model, okay, that makes decision in a manner similar to the human brain. Okay, so like this models or the neural network model, you can say, are basically like trained with a huge amount of data, you can say, so that it can make predictions in a manner which is like similar to what how like human basically predict. Okay, so coming back to like machine learning, like and deep learning, like the major differences among these two terminology basically lies between like what, one second. Hello.
I think you are still muted. Yeah.
Okay, okay, sorry. Okay guys, let's come back to machine learning and deep learning. Okay, so this machine learning and deep learning are basically like they are kind of algorithm only, but the major differences basically lies with the type of neural network they are using. Okay, so if we talk about like classic machine learning, that then like it basically uses neural network which are very much limited to the supervised learning itself. Okay, that means like all the data needs to be structured and labeled by human, and also like human needs to decide like which algorithm they should use so that they can extract information from the data. Okay, so there are like currently Netflix and other app like Spotify, which basically right gives you suggestions and recommendations based on like what content you are seeing and what you are saving, right, as your favorite list. So all these applications are currently using machine learning for that purpose. Okay, and coming to deep learning, like it generally uses like deep neural network, and it uses like very much unsupervised learning, unstructured data. Okay, so it does like, and the best part is like it can automate things, and it also does not require any human interventions. Okay, and very popular example of this can be your generative AI. Okay, so this generative AI basically refers to the deep learning model only, and like they can basically take lots of raw data. Maybe like for example, you can consider like raw data from your Wikipedia. Okay, and then what it does, it like it learns from those data and generate probable output based on what prompts you are giving. Okay, so this generative AI, also known as Gen AI, are basically like helps to create original content also. So as you can see, right, it has a keyword generate in its word within generative word, right? So these are basically used to generate several new contents, which are images, videos, audios. Okay, and then we will see like what are the prompts which we generally pass in generative AI content. Okay, so this prompts are basically, you can consider it as a command statement. Okay, or questions using which we generally basically interact with our large language model. Okay, so with the help of prompt only we generally get or uh, receive our intended output. Okay, so now let's see like how this generative AI works. Okay, and how they are basically built. So there are like three phases of it on which generative AI basically operates. Okay, so the foundation, obviously first one is training, right? So the foundation is obviously your deep learning model. So there are like several models which are present today, and one of the most like famous which you have heard is LLM, that is large language model. So this LLM are basically used to create or generate your text, and like in the same way we also have models which can generate your image And then we have also like video generation models, then sound and music generation model. Okay, so all these models are generally using your deep learning algorithm, and it also like used it like behind the scene, it is using like huge amount of raw data, unstructured or unlabeled data for their training. Okay, so how they generally get trained is like they basically perform a lot of operations. Like they try to predict like what is the next word coming into the sentence, or sometimes they predict in a way that what is the next element coming in the image, and what is the next command in your code. Okay, so all these activities are part of training a model, and with this training like they can basically minimize your differences, okay, between its prediction and what data they have already provided. Okay, so next is like tuning. Okay, so obviously like a model needs to be tuned when it is like when it is like trained completely. So for that, what they generally do is like they give lot of prompts. Okay, to see like whether they are getting the accurate desired output or not. Okay, so this process basically like get trains and tuned by sending lots of prompt data. Okay, and obviously this is very labor intensive task, because it is not just about lakhs or um, like um lakhs of prompts. It is like more than billion trillion data, right? So now the last one is generation, evaluation, and mode tuning. Okay, where they generally assess the model like very often, and they also train the model with up to date data, and also try to make the model as accurate as possible. So these are the three phases we generally involved while creating generative AI models. Okay, so there are like various generative tools which are available in the market. Like we have ChatGPT, we have Gemini, and then we have Copilot, Llama. Okay, but today we will be like mainly exploring this Gemini AI. Okay, so what is Gemini AI? So first we need to know like it is obviously a Google like generative AI chatbot. Okay, and they are basically like trained all on like large language model, LLM. Okay, and it is capable of performing a lot of tasks. As you can see, like it can um, act as a chatbot. It can summarize your text, it can also answer to your questions, and it also helps in text generations. Okay, and this Gemini AI is basically built or hosted on top of Cloud Vertex AI platform. Okay, so now like let's see like how let's talk about like how this exciting um, like how exciting journey has been for Gemini. Okay, so in March like 2023, like Google released a chatbot named Bard. Okay, so Bard is like you can consider it as like your conversational AI only, where you can talk and get back the response. Okay, and then like in February 2024, Bard re-released the same product with the name Gemini AI, but this time with more powerful capabilities of chat interface along with AI. Okay, and with that they also released Gemini 1.0 Ultra. Okay, which is available in 40 different languages, and they also released Gemini Advance. Okay, that is very like super powerful AI model which can perform a lot of complex tasks. Okay, and finally Gemini 1.5 is like came into the market, and this made like Gemini even better, like with respect to like how it is understanding your prompt, and also like you can, and the like best feature about this is that it can also remember like what prompt you had given earlier. Okay, so you can understand, right? This Gemini has come along a very like very long way in a very short period of time, and also the best thing is like it is also like continue to be getting better each and every day with what it does. So there are different Gemini models available. First one is Gemini, okay, which is created to accomplish the most complicated task. So for an example, you can consider it as like mm, big like acting as a translator between different media formats. Also like it can helps you with the code generations, and also like it helps in problem solving as well. Okay, then we have Gemini Pro, which is capable of performing wide range of different tasks. Okay, and like majorly like it performs text based task only, like writing creative content, or like understanding your instructions and providing the response accordingly. All these tasks are very well done in Gemini Pro. Okay, then we have Gemini Nano, which is designed for on device tasks. So it is like the smallest and most efficient model, you can say, where it is also designed to run on your mobile or Android phone as well. Okay, so you might be using already Gemini Nano in your Android phone. Okay, so why should we use Gemini AI? So obviously we know like Gemini powerful and very versatile when it comes to language model. Okay, but let's see like what all are its major reason for choosing it. So first is like advanced language understanding. So it Gemini AI understand like more than 40 languages. Okay, the next is multimodality. Okay, so that means like Gemini is just not restricted with text. Okay, it can also understand your like image, audio, video, this etc. Okay, so this makes it multimodality. Next one is reasoning and explanation. So like Gemini like not just replying with the proper text information, it goes like beyond its capability, where it can actually like understand your complex questions and also help you with the problem solving with proper reason explanation. Okay, then next one is advanced information retrieval. Okay, so Gemini is also very much capable to just go beyond keywords and help you find the correct and accurate answer for your given prompt as well. Okay, then we have creative and expressive capabilities, where like Gemini also helps you to generate unique audio or video content. Okay, so this basically it is for exploring or giving human to interact well with AI. Okay, then we have multimodal generation. Okay, this generally means that Gemini can not only just work with text, it can also like help you to create stories or poem, or it can also helps you to generate video captions. All these activity you can very well done with Gemini AI. Okay, and the last one is advanced voting capabilities. Okay, that is the most popular one. That means like it can also like that means like Gemini is also capable of coding in different languages, and it can also provide solution of one problem in different languages, and you can choose the best among those, and it can also helps in debugging or fixing your issue with the code. Okay, that makes Gemini a very vital to choose. Okay, among different generative AI models present. Now, last slide is like about Gemini AI versus ChatGPT. So we all know that we have different generative AI models present, but what is the differences among those is the best question. Sorry, is the like questions which everyone has. Okay, so let's see like some of the difference which I have kept here, but based on the free version of these two models which they offer. Okay, so first one is like Gemini uses Google own large language model. Okay, okay, and then ChatGPT relies on OpenAI GPT family or of language models. That means like Google has its own language model on which it is trained on, but ChatGPT is basically relying on OpenAI language models. Okay, then obviously like Google Gemini also has a default assistant on Android, which I was saying like you might be using it already in your Android phone, but ChatGPT does not offer this convenience as of now. Okay, then with Google like Gemini, you can also like upload your image and search the content, but this feature is only available for paid version of ChatGPT. In the free version you won't be able to work with images. Okay, then obviously other one is ChatGPT obviously like is trained on a past data train model, so it does not, it might possible that it does not have latest information, but Gemini has always latest information available, because it also, it does not only just look for information from the within the model, but it also searches in your Internet Explorer for the information, just to like return you the most recent information. Okay, Then ChatGPT smartphone has a voice chat feature. Gemini has also this voice capability present, but it is not as seamless as ChatGPT. Okay, then ChatGPT supports like there are a lot of third party plugin which but like that comes with a paid subscription. But in case of Gemini, like it can access several applications like Gmail, YouTube, Google Meet, and that is all for free. Okay, and then other feature which you might have also experiences like this chat gpt. If you want to see the other type of response of the same questions, you have to regenerate it. Okay, but in case of Gemini, you can also like save that response in draft, and you can again send the same prompt to regenerate the response. Okay, that means here like you are also able to save the drafts for each responses. But here like when you click on regenerate, right, your previous response will be lost. Okay, so these are all about like Google Gemini and AI. So I hope with this slides you have got a little bit idea about this AI and all these terminologies, and now you will be able to relate like when we are talking about LLM or when we are talking about machine learning. I hope you'll be able to relate all this context from now onwards. Okay, so now let's quickly jump to the demo part. I'll ask Shubham to share his screen and showcase the demo.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you. So I'll just quickly share my screen. Okay, so before we start with the integration and the demo part, okay, just I'll just tell you quick few things. Like we are recording this session, so if you want to record, rewatch the session, you can just go to our page, and just similarly like in the previous meetups, we have uploaded recordings. So if you go to any particular meetup, you can see the recording and the presentation as well. Okay, so if you want to have a quick relook, you can just go to that page and you will find the recording. Okay, here we have not yet uploaded because it is being recorded. Okay, yeah, so just coming back to the main presentation, see, for accessing Gemini, if you want to access it through the UI, just go to gemini.google.com, and you can see that we can access this similar to ChatGPT. In the UI, you have a option here, to type your prompt, and you can get those values. Whatever information you required, you just pass it here. And similarly, like in the PPT, like Priya described, like we get three different drafts here for a particular prompt we are asked. So you can see that there is one draft that is shown. You can also click to get the other three drafts. That feature is not available in ChatGPT. Like if you regenerate something, that the other draft you will lose. Okay, so this is the UI. And if you want to access the advanced version of Gemini, you have to purchase the plan. Okay, like upgrade, and you can get different value for that, right? Gemini advanced, this these features are there. Okay, so with the free version, there are some limitations. Okay, so let's start with talking about Gemini API, right? Because as integration developers, we should be knowing about how to integrate, how to call APIs. Okay, to automate. All right, so just to
Shubham,
start.
can you like zoom it? Like we are unable to read the
Okay, okay,
content.
let me change my resolution. So just let me know, is it good now?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
better.
but
All right, so just point me out, like if you feel, if you have any issues. Okay, so now coming back to the API, Google API. Okay, Gemini API. So to start with, you just go to aistudio.google.com and generate an API key. So to call the API, right, you need a authentication key. So here is your API key. So let me do it with another account to show you how to create API key simply. I'll just use one. Okay, so you will basically, you can use this page, or even you can search this Gemini API key, and you can land on this page. Okay, so now you are landed on this page. You can create an API key. Okay, so you can create your project. I think there is the requirement is that you create some project, that in that project you will create an API key. Okay, so just create that project and you will get the API key. Okay, from here you can copy that. Now any further API calls we will be using, we will be passing this API key into that call. Okay, now how do you call? You can just quickly use this curl command to call this in Postman. So I have already configured that API call. So just explaining you that call. Okay, okay. So you can see that there is this host. Okay, that we need to call, and then the endpoint. So you will get the same in here. Like, this is the URL, right? Gemini Pro generate content. Okay, and then your API key. So you will pass your API key through the parameters. Okay, here the key and the value. The key will be the key. Okay, and the value, the API key we created. Okay, now there is, I mean, in the authorization you do not need to pass. You need to pass through API. I mean the parameters, the API key. Okay, and headers are normal. Now just let's look at the body part, what you need to provide. So you can see the contents part. You can provide multiple, even if you are talking like a person, you can provide multiple parts. Okay, like as a conversation you will be having some conversation, then how you need AI to respond, then next conversation. So you can pass. For now we are just simply passing one prompt. Okay, only a single prompt. Here it is an array, so you can pass even multiple prompts. So I have written like, write a story about a magic backpack. Okay, and you can see that the model we are using is Gemini Pro. Okay, so this is for text. Okay, and you can even have advanced version. Even you can call, there are three versions, right? Priya described, Gemini has three versions, right? So I'll just quickly show you those three versions. Yeah, you can see the Gemini model. We have Gemini Ultra, Pro, and Nano. So for now, we are using Gemini Pro, which is capable of performing different tasks. Okay, so we can perform text, image, etc. Processing. So for now, let's just call this endpoint. Okay, I mean this prompt. So this will generate the text. Okay, right, like a story it generated, and you can fetch this value using data weave. Just if you want to fetch only this value, so you can see that it provides different values. Like, even it provides information that it is not, I mean, it is safe for persons. Like, it does not contain any hate speech, harassment, dangerous content. So when you are using it for business purpose, you should be aware that you are not generating any foul language in your output. So that's why it provide that response as well, that it is safe. You can use it, okay, in your let's say in your business use case. So okay, now let me see. Okay, we discussed API key. Okay, and different models that we have. Okay, now this you generated text, right? Now what if you want to process image, right? So there is another endpoint. Okay, let me go to here. You can see that for this, instead of Gemini Pro model, you have to use Gemini Pro Vision. Okay, for images. Okay, let me go to the website and show you. I think this one. Okay, you can see that for text and image input. Okay, if you want to have even image with text as well, then we have to use the Gemini Provision model. Okay, so we will call this. Okay, so let me see what information is there. So as you can see that I am passing a text, okay, like the prompt, what I want, and the image. So what I am just passing here, like, can you extract information from the image? Okay, I will just come to this later. I will just pass this prompt for now. Um, let's say we want to identify image. Can you tell me? Can you describe the image? Okay, describe the image. And I have passed the base 64 encoded value of the image. Okay, so it is a JPEG file, and I converted that JPEG file into base 64 encoded data. So let's call this and see what is what is this image about. Okay, okay, it is not sure. Okay, so what we can do. Okay, I think it should provide a response, but if not, let's talk about this. Like, so the same image, okay, same data. What I'm trying to do, it is a basically a my ID card, okay, my PAN card. So what I was trying to do, can you extract information from the image in below JSON format with the value in the required fields? Okay, so I am even passing like what type of response I want from this image, okay, and can you extract out these values. So it I was just trying to create a similar thing which IDP is doing. So if you have heard about like MuleSoft Intelligent Document Processing, which they have released, they are also using AI, okay, to extract this similar kind of information. Like they pass some parameter, like can you extract me this PAN number from the image? Then it will use AI to extract that information. Similar thing we are replicating here. So let's pass this. You can see that it extracted out the information from the image, okay, like date of birth, PAN number, the way I wanted, okay, like in the required fields in this JSON format, okay. So this way you can even use the image to process image as well. Now, any questions so far? Let me see if we have any questions. Feel free, to share your questions in the chat. Okay, we do not have any questions, right? For now.
Yeah, yeah, Shubham, we can move ahead.
Yeah. So I think there is some limitation API plans question. Let me share you that information as well. With the free plan, okay, I think we get this 15 requests per minute, or I think I have seen 60 requests, I guess, per hour as well. So this is the 1 million tokens per minute and 15,000 requests per day limits for free version plan. Okay, so these are some limitations for the free free usage. Okay, now coming back to the like here, so we configured API, okay, and we were able to call the endpoints, the different endpoints like Gemini Provision and Gemini. Now see, you can configure the similar thing in Studio, okay, like you can use a connector. Okay, let me show you. Like in the request you can similarly just copy paste this host port, right, and you can call it from Studio as well. Okay, so that is a easy thing. I will not do that. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so what I have done is I have created a connector. Okay, like instead of configuring the endpoints and in the HTTP request, what if I can just provide my you know this information, just the API key and the I mean the prompt where I need to pass the prompt. I don't care about this information because this is like hard coded. We do not need this to configure it every time. So what I did is created a connector for this. So if you go to Gemini connector flow, okay, you can see, let me take it here, Gemini text. Okay, so I have created this connector, and if you want, first of all, like I will show you later like how I'm doing this. I have created this, so I have also shared this. So if you want to use this connector, I have uploaded the code in my GitHub repository, so you can make use of it later. So I'll just also tell you how you need to use this. So I'll share the link. Okay, So what you need to do is clone the code. Okay, to use this connector, you need to clone the code. Okay, in your repository. Okay, then let's just say you cloned. Okay, let me see where it will be. Okay, Studio Workspace, Gemini Mule extension. Okay, so now let's say you have cloned the code and this is where you landed. Okay, now you go inside this project and you will do git. I mean ambient install here. Okay, then git bash here. Okay, and you will run the ambient install here, ambient clean install command. Okay, so what it will do, this command in this running this here will install this connector in your m2 repository .m2 repository. Okay, so when you will need to use in studio, you will just directly provide this as dependency. So let's just run this command. Okay, now I think we're getting this error. Okay, I think we need to do this in here, desktop. So you may get error, so you have, I think you have to resolve that as well sometimes. Yeah, I think this is the one. Okay, I will just run this command here, then install. Okay, you, if the build is successful, you will find this connector in your m2 repository. So I can go and show you quickly. Okay, so it will be little typical users. Okay, user m2 repository. Okay, now you can see, I'll have to just go to here, home.xml, home.xml. Okay, module Gemini. Okay, it should be under com dot this group ID or dot mule dot extension. I think it should be there something, or mule extension. Yeah, you can see that it is under here, and now it is the version 1 is here. Okay, so if you want to import in your project, okay, so what you need to do, let's just come to project. Okay, in the pom.xml, you come here. Okay, and you add this dependency. Yeah, so just this part. Okay, you need to copy. So if I will remove this, just to show you, in my project you can see that there is no Gemini connector. Right now, since I have ambient install and it built successfully, this connector is in my m2 repository. I just need to import this. So I'll just pass this value and save it. Okay, it should, have I pasted in incorrect com file? Yeah, so if I save this, you can see Gemini smart connector is here. Okay, and yeah, so for now I have built only one function like text. Okay, I will later add the image functionality as well. So in this custom connector, so this is the custom connector, right, I created. So I can publish it to exchange, I can, you know, make it publicly available. So that's why I've shared the code. You can make use of it. Okay, to you make use of it. Now coming back to configurations, so how, what configurations are here? You just need to provide your API key. Okay, in the configuration and in the functionality. Okay, you and the connector configuration is done. Now you need to provide your the prompt. Okay, so let's just say I will say who is Elon Musk. Okay, and transform message, I think we are just converting payload and logging. Okay, let's run this and see if it's working. Run as new application. Even you can test the connection, right? So if it's the correct API key or not. Test connection successful. Okay, so this is working and we can run it. So I'll create the image version. Gemini, using the Gemini Pro Vision model. Okay, so you can just, what I will do, I will try to do the, like, you just need to provide your image and it will, provide you the output. Okay, so that functionality I will also try to create, and I will just update my code here in the GitHub. Okay, now you see application is running, and I will just call the endpoint. So it will be localhost 8081 slash only. Okay, send the request. Let's see the response. Yeah, you can see that we are just, we do not needed this information, right? Like role model, etc. All these. So we just created. I just created in a way that we only receive this text part, like this exact information. Other parameters we do not need it. So we just created in such a way. So we extracted only that particular information. Okay, you can see in the logger as well. Let me see this the logger. Yeah, you can see here we have, I mean, this, all this information is because of HTTP wire logging, but you can see the main logger that we, this information is here. Okay, okay, let me see what else. Okay, we covered that part. Gemini pay price. Okay, so one more thing, like, I recently also, I mean, did an, a meetup about chat gpt as well, similar to Gemini AI. Okay, there's this chat gpt AI as well. So I have done meetup on that as well. So if you want to, integrate with chat gpt, you can follow this blog. Okay, I think it should be somewhere here. Yeah, MuleSoft integration with ChatGPT part one. So I will also create one blog for MuleSoft integration with Gemini AI, like how step by step you can follow, do the integration. Now I wanted to discuss about this part, like MuleSoft integration with ChatGPT and WhatsApp part two. So you can do the same thing with Gemini API and WhatsApp. So, I mean, why I will telling you this, because say ChatGPT free API you cannot now call. I mean, earlier it was free ChatGPT API, but if you even want to call ChatGPT API, you need to have a paid subscription. But see, Gemini API is free, right? As of now, so you can integrate, and even, I mean, if you have seen this meetup or the blog, I've also delivered meetup on this blog as well. I mean, on this topic. So what I was doing is, you know, um, through WhatsApp, I was getting response in my WhatsApp. I mean, in the behind, I was calling this Gemini API. Okay, I mean the Chat GPT. For now, you can even call Gemini API. So you can see how we got the response. So if I will show you, like I was writing, can you write data weave for the following code, following input and output in the WhatsApp? I was getting this response. So this is the integration that I did. Okay, it's like a use case. Okay, a small use case. So that you can do similar thing, but with Gemini API. See, because ChatGPT is not free. Now the other parts, like advanced part, I will talk about. Like, see, there are some capabilities of Gemini API. Like, there is model tuning. So if you want to train, okay, according to your requirements, you can use this model tuning feature. Okay, there is an API for this as well. Okay, like you think, calling the REST API with curl. So this is the API that you need to call to train your, you will provide your data, okay, here, and it will train according to that, the model. Okay, you will create one model and you will train it, and then you can make use of that model when you are doing the API calls. Okay, so instead of this model, you will pass your own model which you trained. Okay, so that model will provide response according to your trained, I mean, provided data. Okay, then we have embedding. So this is related to NLP. Okay, so where you will, it will basically convert your text into vectors. So basically, if you are from NLP background, it will make sense. I think that's all about this. And you can see that there is Gemini API pricing free of charge. You get these limitations in different versions. Okay, so 1.0 Pro, this is the request that I talked about, like 15 requests per minute. And if you want to have pay as you go model, you can have this one. Okay, you need to set up billing in Google AI Studio. Okay, in here you can see. Okay, I think that's all about this Gemini presentation. Let me see if we have any questions. Please bring one video on how to create custom connector. Sure, sure. I mean, although there are videos, I mean, meetups and videos already available, I'll try to create one. Okay, to deliver a session. I was just, when I was creating this connector, I was also learning myself like how to create a custom connector. So I'll just try to do it. This custom connector that I created. Okay, this is with XML SDK. Okay, you can use the other SDK, that is Java SDK, to create the custom connectors as well. So I'll just try to explore that, and then I will bring a session for custom connectors. Okay, please, if possible, please share Postman collection or GitHub link after session. I have shared the GitHub link, this one. Okay, and the Postman collection, I mean, see there I just cloned curl only, right? So you can even find this here. So Gemini API quick start, I think you will go. Okay, I think getting started, tutorial overview, tutorial API overview. I think here you will find. It's okay. It was some way behind. Yeah, I think this was the one. Okay. Yeah, I will share the curl as well. I mean, I think in the documentation you can find this basic request that I have here. This one. So this will, you can even find in the documentation as well. But I will share anyways. The curl. Okay. So what I will do, I can paste it here, or I will write a blog. In that you will find the link. Okay. So do connect with us on LinkedIn. I will share my post on LinkedIn, and you can get that from there. Okay. Any other questions? I'll just wait. Yep. Yep. Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, I think I understood your question, Jay. So yeah, in Gemini, like this is also added advantage that it can remember your past prompt as well. Okay, and based on that, it can even give you a better efficient result. So it, yeah,
In
it
the
has that
API as
mechanism.
well, you can do that. I
Yeah,
mean
so
the
whatever.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so it is like prompt only, right? Which you can send either via UI, which you type and send, or via API. So it is the same, like going to Gemini as a prompt only. Okay. So yeah, it remembers your last response and even trained it internally. It keep training, like it keep trains the model itself to give you even more better result based on your like given input. That is why I was telling like it is widely being used in Netflix or any other OTT platform to give you suggestions also based on what activity you're doing. Okay.
Also there will be some limitations again, like the level of conversation you can have with the free version. So again, they keep limitations for free version, like you can have a certain amount of conversations, and but with the advanced version you can have more level of conversations with the bot, with the AI. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you.
Yeah.
Shubham, can you highlight some major automation we can do using Gemini AI in MuleSoft?
I mean, I explained you one use case, right? But it like WhatsApp, I integrated with, right? That's one use case. But again, even I also told you about this, I intelligent document processing use case that even MuleSoft is using the AI for. Okay, right? That the provision model that I used, right? So you can see that I provided this image, and I wanted this particular information like PAN number. I wanted in this required format. So I use AI, right, to process the document, to process the image. So this is again a use case of AI, right? Which, so as I explained, the even IDP is using AI to do the same thing. So that's a use case. And again, it depends on different scenarios. Like even you can summarize. Let's say you have some documentation in your organization. You can use AI to summarize those documentations. I mean, some organizations have huge documentation, so some people are some. I mean, it is very hard to find, right, among all those documents. So you can make use of AI to fetch certain information. When, so again, this will require training your model, okay, according to your organization. And let's say you have a, a long, I mean, a huge document, right? And you do not want to read out that huge document of 30, 40 pages, 100 pages. You can use AI to summarize that information. So it will just give you one page summary of that 100 pages. So these are some of the use cases. It depends how you want to use this. Does that answers your question?
Yes, yes, sure. Okay.
Any other question? If not, we can stop. I'll stop the